for you, you wouldn't be able to handle it.
Why would they purchase from you when they know Advin's in town?
You get rewarded for how much you make, and it is, especially as like a university student working a summer job, if your goal is to make money, there is no better job to do. Some days are good, some days are bad, sometimes it's out of your control. It's all mindset. And you have a good mindset, and that's why I think you'd be good at it. And I also think you'd be good because if you work hard, it'll force the other guys who are a little competitive to work hard as well. Does that not like add too much pressure?
Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to the Long-Term Podcast. I'm your host, Adin Villa. Today, we have University of Alberta alumni who is going to Europe soon to pursue his dreams of playing volleyball. Bryce Boan. He recently just got into a sales job and he worked that for 4 months, and he has derived a lot of success and just overall very humorous guy. He's always got so many stories, and he's just flourished in this industry of door-to-door knocking and sales. So I am super thankful for this podcast, and all around laughs, non-structured, but I hope you guys enjoy. Live here with
all right,
Bryce Boan.
Hey, how's it going?
Back again, hey? Back again. Just had to make an appearance.
Well, I haven't seen you in a while, so I needed to come back and chat. Might as well do the podcast so I can just, unravel the true you in front of everyone.
This is the most short-term guy ever. Actually, if this is the long-term podcast, this guy should have the short-term podcast.
And I've been on the long-term podcast twice. So what does that tell you? Right? Let's be honest.
I just want to let the audience be aware of just how bad can it get. How bad can it get? Gets pretty bad, guys.
It can get pretty bad. No.
Okay, so tell me about the how was it, man?
My job.
Back? Yeah, what was that?
For what? Sorry.
Your sales job.
Oh, my sales job. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I was a door knocker this summer. Basically, I was selling pest control, so like for bugs, ants, spiders, stuff like that, and I was going door to door knocking and talking to people all day. Well, for starters, as I've already told you, you make an absurd amount of money. So that felt really good, right? Secondly, I enjoyed it because it was rewarding for the work that you put into it, right? So like, for example, at any other job where you get paid hourly, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're getting the same payment as anyone else, right? But if I'm good at something, I get rewarded for how good I am, right?
What's that effort-based work, hey?
Yeah.
And I think that's with sales, you kind of have to, you get the payoff when you double the effort. And when you triple it, you also get the same payoff, or not the same, but more. Kind of what you're willing to put in, that's what you're going to get out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because you face a lot of rejection. I think that's what it is. Is you get doors slammed in your face. You get the rude people that, who's this guy? Just ruining my night, or day, or what are the times like?
Yeah, the times like, so obviously you want to try and get people when they're home. So like we'd probably hit the doors around 1:30, 1:45-ish, right? And then we'd take a little bit of break around 4:35 maybe.
People aren't home though.
People aren't home?
Yeah, it's a weekday. Yeah.
No, so good question. But not everyone works the same job. Not everyone has the same schedule, right? So you do talk to less people around 1:30, 2 and 3, right? But there are still people who work from home or remote or have the day off, or you get the guys on the rigs, or oil their back. They're all on their off days. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you can always catch people home. Like not everyone is always gone, but you're right.
Hey, Alexa, stop. Sorry, I forgot the music was on.
Yeah, this guy literally brought me into, it felt like a cult when I walked in here. The lights were off, the candle was on, the massage music was playing, and
Dude, I'm setting the vibe.
I was going to say it. I didn't know if he was trying to seduce me or...
Dude, I've loosened you up though. Now it's just...
It loosened me up.
Yeah.
Buddy, I came in here loose, okay?
You're a bit tense, but I know, go on with the...
So like I was saying, prime time. So that's like after 5, right? When everyone's home, that's when you hit it hard, and that's when most of your success happens, right? Because you get decision makers. Right? Lots of times you're catching the wives home early, and I'm like, and then they always go, "Oh, I gotta talk to my husband." Oh, perfect. I'll come back. You know what I mean? Like you got to go back and chat with them later. But I won't get like too much into how much or anything like that. But basically you get rewarded for how much you make. And it is, especially as like a university student working a summer job, if your goal is to make money, there is no better job to do, basically. And other guys will tell you that, like, you know, car salesman, you've had like Chris Valaire, right? He's been on. Yeah. Like he gets it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to make money and get ahead, especially this early, that's the way to go. I mean, unless you know what you want to do and you like doing what you're doing, you know what I mean? For me personally, making traffic signs just didn't really cut it. So I wanted to go a different route. I know this guy, he's still there and he's only there because of me. Let's not forget.
Man, you know what? I own the place. I am the real CEO. Let's be real.
He's the real CEO, but
I'm the real CEO.
Okay.
Yeah, no, something with the sales jobs is really intriguing, man. Like I really, you know, I don't know if you're just being really, because there's that pre-selection though. Because what if you are just successful at that field because you're very extroverted, and so am I. But it really depends. Was it? Maybe it was just coincidence. Maybe you just had a good run for the 3-4 months. You know?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Advin. I'm hard as shit. Okay? I'm a hard motherfucker. Pardon my friend. That's actually not true. But I am hard. I do stay hard. All right? And what that means, especially in sales, right? You work the hours. You do the training. You're fine. That's literally the only thing that really matters, right? You're like, oh, extrovert. People always say, oh, you'll be really good at this. You're extroverted. You're good at talking to people. Like, sure, but it doesn't matter. Like some of the best guys are the guys who are a little socially awkward. You know what I mean? Because think about it. When I'm at the door and somebody says, yeah, no bugs or not interested, you know, me as an extroverted person, a socially aware person wants to like acknowledge that and be like, oh yeah. Or they go, I can't afford it. It's too much. You know, as a socially aware person, I want to believe that person. I want to be like, yeah, it is too much. But as someone who is a little more introverted and just like follows the pitch and follows the training, they're just going to blow past it. You know what I mean? So on days when I'm selling really well, that won't even register with me. Right. And that's what Ryan talks about too. He tells me about this too. For those of you who don't know, Ryan is, he's basically my boss. Anyway,
absolute beauty.
Yeah, good friend too. But he got me into it. Anyway, when I'm selling,
did he also go to Augustana?
Yeah, he played basketball out there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't remember seeing him on the volleyball team.
Yeah. No, he's a basketball player. Yeah, going to Lethbridge this year actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, when I'm selling bad, it's because I'm believing what people are saying, and I'm like, okay, see you later. And I'm having a good day. I'm getting off early. Like I want to spend time, blow past stuff, build more value, reclose. You know what I mean? And then I don't know. This won't make sense for a lot of people, but just for example, so for you wouldn't be able to handle it.
Buddy, I would triple your
you wouldn't
income.
be able to handle it.
Man, see, the thing about you and I is, sure, maybe you did well. Okay, maybe you did well and you act like you're big shot. But if I were to even step presence within the proximity, why would they purchase from you when they know Advin's in town?
I didn't know I was on Saturday Night Live. I didn't know he was playing jokes on me. Saturday Night Live. No. You know why? Because I'm hard as shit. Okay. Dude, and you're soft. You wouldn't be able to handle it, dude.
Dude, I can just picture those people just opening up their door. There's this like ginger guy and just trying to be like, what the do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, buy this. But you're doing it all wrong, Bryce. Okay, wait. Let's say it's 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. On a Wednesday, my day off. Somebody rings the doorbell.
Okay.
I open it.
Yeah.
It's you.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going, sir?
That tone. Have you
depends.
Just what is that kind of
depends who it is. Depends. I don't know. Depends what I'm feeling. I try out a bunch of different stuff. I say random things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
you open the door. Hey, sir, how's it going today?
First of all, you'd be a lot more nervous.
Hell no.
Look at me.
This guy's lost weight.
Look at me. I'm just.
You don't understand. When you enter this,
I'm a beast.
okay, just for reference, everything I say is like a joke. I'm not actually serious about it. But when you're in the sales mode, you're a top G. Okay, nothing registers with you. You're the boss. The doorstep is your office. All right, they're gonna listen to you. You know what? And you know what? Speaking of, you need to get a truck. All right, you got to stop driving around.
Truck.
Oh yeah, you got to get it. You got to get a truck.
You're a truck driver now.
Well, if you do what I do next year, you're getting a truck.
A truck.
Yeah, you got it. You got to be a top G. You can't be driving that Honda Civic. All right, I'll tell you that much.
Acura.
You're gonna drop 50 grand on a truck, and you're gonna look like a boss, and then people will really know who you are, and they'll respect.
Really?
Then they'll respect you.
Do you actually have a truck?
Hell no, but I will get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
You get back
One
from
day.
Europe.
One day I'll get a
Man,
truck.
Ryan's really indoctrinated you. Does he have a truck?
Actually, he has. It's
Yeah.
really bad. Oh yeah, he's got a truck. And he's
Dude, I
going
want
to
to meet
Tremor.
this guy, man. I haven't met him, but he sounds like an absolute
Well,
beauty.
it's funny. Like everything we do, like just with the when you make the money, it's just really funny just to joke around about it. Like I was talking to Severio.
Yeah.
You know Severio, and I was like, Severio, come down to BBJ with us. He's like, oh, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. I said, I'll pay your gas. Just get down here. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's so fun because it's like fun to give back. You know what I mean?
We actually paid for his gas.
Yeah.
That's how you
just
know I
drive
saw the
down here.
picture.
It's like, here, just pay your gas. You know what I mean? It's just like fun to do. You know, that's why we go out for lunch every day. You know, like I was eating my bologna sandwich inside after a meeting, and Ryan looks at me and he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "What do you mean? I'm having lunch." He's like, "We go out for lunch." And I went, "What?" He's like, "What are you doing? Why are you eating at home like a poor boy?" I'm like, shit. You're right. You're so right. I'm not a poor boy. And you like pressured into going out and eating lunch every day.
Both of you are pre-selected to be able to stomach the door to door, though, because it's just when a person experiences rejection, they can't stomach that. Majority of people. That's why it's it has a lot of high commission because. When you go through 100 doors, have you ever had that? 100 doors and you get
I think
rejected.
I went through 100 doors once, yes.
Yeah, and you get rejected. That weighs on your soul, man.
Yeah.
And
but then you, out of those 100 doors, you get like 5 sales. You make like X amount of money, which is quite substantial. You know what I mean?
But I've actually taken that mindset though, and I've applied that to podcasting. I've applied that to life. Like content creation, this entire premise of who I am, kind of, and if you extract that, I think that's kind of how you are as well, right? With volleyball, with a lot of relationships, like getting girls.
Yeah, I don't get girls.
It's like that because you really have to put yourself out there, and you're gonna get rejection after rejection. Making friends, it's like that. Now, I think you've kind of just been pre-selected to succeed in that. Because you're already the type of person that can stomach rejection. Now, if you're the person that can't stomach rejection, though, that's not for you.
Yeah.
Have you seen guys that have improved their tolerance
for rejection?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the job, especially door to door, although it's extremely rewarding, it's also the hardest job you'll ever work.
What do you mean by that?
Mentally, it's the hardest job you ever work because of that rejection.
Can you describe the feeling?
Like you said, when somebody comes up to your door, you're on your day off, it's 1 p.m. on a Wednesday, and somebody comes up to your door, it looks like they're going to sell you something. You instantly dislike whatever is in front of you. And that's something a lot of people aren't able to get. So like, yeah, you're right. We have a lot of people fall off within the first 2 weeks. Right. They quit because they can't handle it. Right. Because some people are really mean to you. Right. And they come out hot. You know, we call them a bull, someone who comes out just 250-pound, fully tatted, pimped out Tremor in the front driveway. Yeah. What do you want, man? You know what I mean? You're like, you know, and you have to go through with it. Right. So everyone dislikes you there, but they don't dislike you. They dislike what you're doing, who you are. Like, you know, a door knocker.
Well, when I open the door and somebody that's, you know, selling something, or they maybe even, you know, pamphlets, they're just giving them out. I've kind of got this feeling in the back of my head where, what does this person want?
Exactly.
And what are they? I'm already looking for flaws in their system, in their behavior, and I'm looking for ways to get out. Now, how do you combat that mindset going in? How do you win them?
I don't know. You give them the charm.
Charm.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's why an icebreaker is so important. So like, let's go back to, sorry, I kind of ran over it, but when I come to your door on a Wednesday, I'm like, hey sir, how's it going?
Good. On my day off, work's been tough. My boss.
Okay. Stop. Nobody ever does that.
I do that.
Nobody ever just goes, yeah, how's it going? And says, yeah, got off work. Day sucked. Got fired.
Bro,
girlfriend broke up with me.
I do that.
Immediately?
I do that,
okay,
yeah.
Well, you're 1 in a billion. So
I'm honest. I'm vulnerable.
Okay, but you, to some random. Like, it's not me. You know what I mean? You probably go like, oh, good. How
Maybe
about you?
I'd fuck with the kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I mean, so like, yeah. Okay. So I come out and go, hey, sir, how's it going today?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah. What do you mean good? Look at this house, man. You're doing great. See, you know what I mean? Like
doing great.
Like that. But that's just an example. Or I hit someone with the, are you the, like somebody can come out and they'll go, good. What do you want? I go, oh, are you the artist out here in the front? All the chalk on the driveway? And then they'll be like, oh, wow, those are my kids. And you go, oh, well, I got confused. Sorry. Anyway, don't want to bother you.
Well, you just questioned my manhood. You think I'm some 7-year-old girl?
Exactly. But like even something like that, it flips it. Like it changes the direction. I'm no longer selling you something. You know what I mean? This guy just thought I was the 3-year-old chalk artist on my driveway. Like, it totally flips it. Same thing when I'm like going through and I'm talking to people about stuff. You throw in a random curveball because like people don't listen, especially like people are too nice to say no sometimes. So you do get the dicks who like slam it right away or the dicks who are just there to like make you upset basically because they're just unhappy and they feed it off to you, right? You get lots of that.
Oh, I love that.
But the people, I know you, I thrive off that.
Dude, I love the chaos.
Sometimes it's hard.
The negativity.
Sometimes, nope. Whatever you're selling, I don't want it. Yeah, I don't sell to people like you anyway. Have a good day.
Talk back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If they're real, like you don't talk back unless, like someone's there to literally just make your day like a pain. You know what I mean? Somebody comes out hot, like, hey, how's it going? He's like, not good. I'm a little annoyed. And you go, all right. Sorry, you're having a bad day. See ya. I'll walk away. I don't care. I'm not selling you. I'll give it to your neighbor.
I'm not going to take that. You know who I am?
Exactly.
Search my name up on Google.
Exactly. But dude, when people are like, people don't want to listen to you. They want to just get you off their door. They don't want to waste their time. Right. So like I said, if they're not nice, if they're too nice to say no, they'll just kind of like stand there and let you go through everything. And then when you try and close, they're just going to be like, no, you know what I mean? So like, if you can tell, like once you get good enough, you can tell when people are just zoned out and just like, okay, yeah, you just throw some random word in. So Ryan would use this one. He'd go, yeah. So like, anyway, just to do this, we kind of go from there to there. But have you seen the news?
No.
People are seeing like those turtle bugs. Like it's like a little turtle. And it's like green and it looks like a turtle. It's like that big.
Like Franklin?
Yeah. And it's like, have you been seeing those? Like you're so confused right now, right?
Yeah.
But somebody who doesn't do that, somebody who's not paying attention, that will catch them off guard. They'll be like, the news? What? Yeah, turtle bug. What are you talking about? But now they're listening to you, right? And now they're listening to you, and then you go, oh, yeah, never mind. Anyway, do you know the rough square footage of your home? And then they're like listening to you again. You know what I mean? So there's a whole bunch of tactics that go into it. So like I said, that's why the most important things are the training and the hours that you put in. So, because there's been days where, it's a risky job, right? Because it's based on your performance. So like you could go out and sell 0 and make $0. But you could also go out and sell like 7 or 8 and make a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's days when.
How does that transaction work? So then do they whip out the credit card?
Yeah.
And then
so like once you start filling them out, you just kind of take a little bit of info. You ask for whatever form of payment they want to do. So most times the best one is just Visa or MasterCard, right? And then you just have that there. You put them in the schedule, and it just works like that. So,
wow, that's dope.
It's pretty. I don't know. It's pretty good. It's hard. Like, I don't think you'd be able to do it because you're soft, but everyone else could probably do it. So
this guy came up to me in grade 10. I still got a picture. I'll actually maybe attach it to the post I'll make on Instagram too. He comes up to me, high school. I'm surrounded by everyone. Like, it's hard to get through my locker because everybody wants my autograph, right? And I'm like, guys, I need to get to my locker. I need to study. I need to keep it long term. I mean, I was short term at the time. Okay, this ginger kid. Okay, I think his name was Bryce or something like that. You know, he's on his knees. He's begging. He's begging me to take him under my wing. And so, you know, I've done that to little boys. I've taken them under my wing.
Okay.
I don't mean that in like a weird way. I mean that I trained them. I guided them. Yeah. Okay. Don't twist this. Okay. So I say yes. So I train him up. There was a lot of whining, but look at him now. I made this guy.
He has no idea what he's talking about. This guy is nothing without me.
Dude, I've been watching a lot of Tyler One, so like, because humor is rubbing off on me.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Because he just
screams.
His introduction is just like, I know he's joking.
Yeah.
But he talks about like how much of an alpha he is. Just like everybody knows, like he's like 5'5".
Because he's a top G.
He is a top G. But like, I think I love that type of humor.
I know. It's so funny. Like it's like douchey, but it's like,
no, but it boosts your confidence.
It's so
like,
funny.
sure, if you actually live like that, if you actually feel like you're better than everyone, then yeah, you should probably go seek some help. But if you're joking about it with your boys, especially after you make a sale or something,
exactly,
dude, it's the best feeling. Like when you kind of, the jokes that we had, I do it the most with you. You like walk in a room, I'm like, my gosh, look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Like people out here won't get it, but like everything we say is just like satire.
No, I think,
well, for the most part, I'm way harder than he is. But aside from that, anyway, did anyone else see him fail his, what was it, 160
160K?
Anyone else see him fail?
124.83. I'll be making another attempt in 40 days.
No, I'm just kidding.
This one for an official one.
That was mad impressive. I was telling Ryan about that too. I was like, look at this sicko, man.
That was one of the hardest things I've done.
He wants you to come work next year with us, and he wants to live with you just to see how hard you really are.
Oh, dude,
because he's competitive and he's worried that you're gonna work from because like you said, the more hours you work, the more money you make. If you work from 10 till 9, he's gonna do the same.
Bro, you remember when I worked my ass off?
I do. I was telling him,
14-hour days, nonstop for a couple years.
I know.
Like, for those of you listening, I was just, any work that I could find, any overtime, yes.
That was actually sick.
14, 16 hours, and I'd just cut into sleep. But it felt good. Like I was really money driven. But then over time, I realized it's not about the money. Like, sure, it's about the money, but I was kind of neglecting other things like school. Like I totally forgot about school and books, and I was working out and working. And then really, that's the only time I really did for those couple years. But now I've been more balanced. I've been more podcasting, family. Actually, no, I still made time for family, but when I did do it, it was just still so draining.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing though about this job that
no. But okay, let's say I am successful in that endeavor. I won't stop when I feel the effort based reward. Because sure, you can work a job and it gives you what minimum wage 20, 21. Sure, I can work super hard. It kind of comes in bouts. But if I'm working extremely hard and I get a payoff of, let's say, 50 instead of 15, 16, that's what it clicks for me.
I know. Now,
Like
and instead of 50, think like 250. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's just like a ballparker. But think about that. Like, especially you, I know you would work hard and it's rewarding, right? So it's not like a normal job where you work and you wait for the clock to run out. It's more like, here's your start point and then time is running out. You know what I mean? Because you want to like put more on the board before the end of the day. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like,
no, that makes sense.
So
I
way
feel that
it's-
with the podcasting. Like,
mhm.
sure, I find I derive a lot of joy and pleasure and satisfaction, fulfillment, talking and the podcast and editing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I feel there's not much time during the day.
Yeah.
Because it is work in a way.
Mhm.
I'm spending countless hours with each episode. But then if I was actually one day, I always dream of, getting paid for this. And I'm doing, like, I'd go 5 years without getting paid for this. It's just, what if I did? You know, I would put in
You're
24
grinding
hours.
harder. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
like,
that's a nice thing. And I was going to say earlier about working this job is it's only 4 months. It's just the summer and you make enough for the entire year. Right. So if you think about it this way,
what if I want to work more?
well, that's the thing. Like our season is limited. Technically you could work like maybe 5-ish months, but it's usually 4. Right. And especially someone who's in school, such as yourself, right? You work the 4 months, you make a great amount of change in your pocket that helps you. It gets you so far ahead. Now, it's just hard work for 4 months. Most people, like veterans, people who aren't in school, like, you know, late 20-year-olds who do this job, they only work 4 months and then do whatever they want for the next 8. They travel, you know, they go on trips, they do their hobbies, they do whatever. They don't, like, their mind is completely gone. But when those 4 months hit, it's a grind. That's why I'm hard as shit. You know what I mean? I was getting lazy. It was like 3 weeks left. I already made so much and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'll just keep plugging away, kind of half-assing it. I was getting out there half hour late. I was taking like an extra half hour on break. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. And then Ryan, you know, he was good because he was staying hard, and he, you know, he had to tell me, like, Bryce, are you hard or are you not? And I went, fuck, I'm hard as shit. I'm already saying, fuck, we're hard as shit. And then, like, all of a sudden it's like, you know, me and you, like, if you're hard, I'm hard. If I'm hard, you're hard. So we do that. And then I was like, damn it. And then I'm out there and I'm back and I'm pushing and I'm grinding. And I had my career week on my last week of selling. And like, that's what I'm saying. So for your job, like, this is your thing, right? If you worked the 4 months, you grind for 4 months, you still get, like, you know, half a Saturday and Sunday off. That's plenty of time. But then that amount of money you make and the amount of work you put in then could open up your entire next 8 months where you can do this not 3 times, but like 5 times. You know what I mean? And you can, you know, you make so much that you can spend it with friends and family. You can obligate your time to them in the other 8 months. You know what I mean? Rather than working and fitting everything into the same schedule. Gym, work, family, podcast, gym, work, family, podcast, gym. You know what I mean? Every single day. Whereas you can, like, open it up and spend it more towards what you want to actually do, which is really appealing. That's another point of why doing this is good. So
this guy's just been trying to sell me this lifestyle for the last 4 months.
I think you'd
it's
be
working.
good.
It's working, but
yeah, you won't be working at ATS next year. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, like, you should do it, because I know you're hard and I know you do good at it, not because of who you are, but because of hard work. And I know you do the training, right? We tell you to do the training. You get good at that. And then when you kind of see the reward and like the life-changing money that you make, you're going to be like, whoa, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
love to suffer.
yeah, exactly. And that's why it's hard too. Cause some days suck. Some days you go out and you know, you sell donut, you sell 0. And it's like, that was horrible. I was just out there for 7 hours and I didn't get any money. But then the next day you'll go out and you'll sell like 3 or 4. And then you'll be like, okay, that makes up for yesterday. You know what I mean? And then you just got to take it. You just got to go every day at a time. You know, you just got to work the hours, do the training. Some days are good. Some days are bad. Sometimes it's out of your control. It's all mindset. And you have a good mindset. And that's why I think you'd be good at it. And I also think you'd be good because if you work hard, it'll force the other guys who are a little competitive to work hard as well. You know, we keep it fun too. Like we do like fun incentives. And the company treats you well, like really well. We do fun incentives like, first and last sale is $50. Whoever gets the most today is $100.
How many of you are there?
Well, in my office, there was 6 of us. Yeah.
Also, I'm in the process of making business cards for the podcast.
Are you?
I might just attach it on to the bug. Here, take this.
No.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that.
That's another thing. If anyone ever asks for your card, they're just being nice. They don't actually want your card.
You guys actually have a company card?
No. Well, we do, but we don't give them out. No, because if somebody asks for your card, they don't actually want it. Somebody wants the service, they'll do it right there. If they don't, they're probably not qualified. You know, they're not a qualified buyer. Mm-hmm. So whenever they ask for a business card, it's just an excuse to kind of say, yeah, I'll call you and get you off. You know what I mean? So anyway, some funny stories though. Man, some funny stories.
Yeah, tell me about them.
Ryan was selling someone. Yeah, he had no legs. So he was just just upper body with like big arms, you know, like a big, like he was wheelchair. He was just born like that. And he bought the service and he's like, okay, do you mind getting your Visa or MasterCard for me? He's like, 1 second. He like went up the stairs on his arms. I thought that was so funny. He's just sitting there laughing. He's like, and he talked to some old people, man. Oh, some old people are so funny because sometimes they have no idea what's going on.
Kind of like Joe Biden.
Oh, man. Like sometimes they just have no idea what's going on. There's one guy who was
like they want to purchase, but they don't know how to, or
like that happens sometimes. Like, yeah, you do Visa or MasterCard, and they go, well, neither. You do check.
They probably don't know what
like,
Visa and MasterCard are.
Okay, huh?
Do you guys take cash?
We do, yeah. Like it depends. Like it depends kind of on the person in the scenario, but most times card just works the best just because it's the easiest. But yeah, it's so funny. Like you'll catch somebody out and like old dudes will be like, you can get rid of ants? Like, yes, Bob, I can get rid of ants. He goes, all right, let's do it. You go, do you want to know how much it is? Nope, I don't care. Okay, Bob, what was your last name? You know what I mean? You sign him right up and he goes, maple bugs? Fucking hate those things. You're like, yeah, me too. Those things are disgusting.
I'll meet all sorts of people.
Like, I've been battling those maple bugs for 30 years.
Bro, I've
Never
seen
get rid of them.
Ants, man. Have you seen like documentaries on those? There's like a war on ants, bro. Like they like kill each other, man. Like viciously. There's a bunch of little wars going on. Like they documented that, man.
What are you talking about? Like ants killing each other?
Dude, there's like they're vicious to each other, bro.
Wow.
Like, there's like the queen ants, and then they take over in like the jungle, and then they're the most territorial insects, and like all the other bugs are scared of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like with just one,
well, there's so many.
Not as scary.
There's so many ants. Ants piss me off, man. Like ants. Now, me personally, now after doing something like this, anyone who ever comes up to my door and sells me something, I'm buying it. I don't even care what it is. I don't care how much it costs. I am buying it.
I'm gonna go sell something at your door tomorrow.
I'm gonna buy it. I don't care what it is.
I
literally don't care. I like. I understand the grind, and I understand like all that. I might give him the works. I hit him with the. I don't know. It's just a little
make him work for it.
Yeah, make him work for it. See how they handle. I don't know. Maybe you should talk to the wife, or I don't know. Do you have a card, or you know what I mean?
That's fair.
Just make him panic a little bit. But yeah, dude, it was good. Out there in Medhat was good too. Like,
bro, I love the days where I don't feel enough, where I feel that I'm inadequate, if for some reason that builds a fire in me, you know,
Or
I-
what builds a fire in you?
just the inadequacy and not doing enough. Because then the next day, I'm going to keep trying. And I think, and then I'm going to keep trying. If it still doesn't work, I'm going to keep trying in any endeavor so far. Because I feel that this world, society, people I've met, people quit too easily. Like look at working out, for instance. I've worked out with so many guys, man, including this guy. And, 99% of the people, they just give up after the beginner gains, they give up. And even in investing, a lot of people kind of get scared in the hard work, right? Running in anything.
Well, dude,
did you know 90% of podcasts don't make it past episode 3? And of the 10%, only 90% make it past episode 20. I'm in the 1%, my friend.
Yeah. Well, Evan, bro, that's because they're not hard. They're not hard like
dude,
you.
Don't get me wrong, man. Like, even today, it's like, oh man, I'm super tired, didn't get much sleep. But like, I've sacrificed a lot for this pod, like a lot. My peace. Like, I've sacrificed so much peace. I was happier last year.
Well, that can't be good. Like, you
no.
That can't be good.
Let me explain.
Okay.
But I feel more fulfilled. I feel more purposeful. It's just because of the sleep and kind of the work grind mentality, hustle. Like, sure, I don't feel as happy, but I feel more fulfilled. Does that make sense? Like, I feel drained a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel that my purpose, I can withstand anything. Like, I'm sharpening something versus last year. I kind of just went to work, running, sure, like working out, work. Now I just added the pod and it's like a full-time job too, And that's just, I'm continuously finding ways. And I think this opportunity would be cool too. I'm going to test out kind of how.
Well, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, you're not doing it.
We'll see.
Well, are you hard or not?
I'm hard.
Okay, so you're doing it.
Is it, do you guys talk about David Goggins a lot? Is that where you got it from?
Well, who else is going to carry their boats? Oh, I don't want to go today, but I'm tired. Don't feel good. Yeah, but who's going to get out there and hit them doors? Who's going to knock the doors?
No one's going to save you, man. What do you tell yourself when you suffer? When you don't feel like you're doing enough?
I try not to worry about it.
Well, don't you just brush it off? Because you said it's mentally taxing.
Like for the job.
Yeah,
like
so
I'm sorry.
I guess it kind of carries.
I don't know, because
it kind of carries on to like they say that with anything that you do, that's kind of the mentality that you have with everything that you do.
It's like keep an open mind. Is keep a good mindset, basically. Think about it. The job is basically, if you have a book and you have a book with like 500 pages, and in those 500 pages are like, I don't know, $20, $100 bills, right? They're just stuck randomly in that book. You're going to flip over every page until you find the dollar bill, right? Every single page. You're not going to like go through like 20 pages and be like, oh, I give up and throw and close the book. And when they're in there, it's the same with knocking doors. You know what I mean? Like, you just keep going. You just keep going. You just keep going. Work the hours. You're going to run into qualified buyers. It's your job to close them. Some people are layovers. And what a layover is like, yeah, they have a need for it or a want for it. And they think it's a good idea. And they're just like, yeah, sure, let's do it. No issue. Like I go through it. I go, yeah, we're coming out Tuesday. Morning or afternoon work better for you? Yeah, morning would be great. Awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just rolls over like that lots of times, and it's really easy. And that's like a good mindset to have. I can be getting beaten down. I can be like, No, I'm just going to go out there. If I keep a good mindset, if I keep good attitude, I'm going to run into someone who's going to lay over. I'm going to run into someone who's been thinking about doing something like this. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to run into someone who needs it, like who literally has bugs coming in their home. You know what I mean? You just keep doing it. You just keep doing it. You just keep working the hours. You keep going through it. So there's been days, man, where like I wouldn't have a single sale until like 7:30. And then I'd hit like 3 after 7:30 and just go bang, bang, bang. That makes the entire day. You know what I mean? So it's more mentally challenging, but like for people who can't really handle the mean people on the door. You know what I mean? And you just got to remember, it's not you they don't dislike. They don't know you. It's what you're doing, because some people, it is a little, and I guess like,
I mean, it could be you, but very rarely.
It's very rarely you. Like, sometimes you get people, you get Karens, you know what I mean? Like you try and drop something and they go, why are you asking me that? Or what is that? What are you doing here? Why the blah, blah. And, they're just trying to like, typical Karen. At that point, I'm like, yeah, whatever. See you later. I don't need to talk to you about that. Like I'm not going to waste my time. Literally, your time is valuable out there. So that's why it's like, you kind of got to judge.
Bro, I gotta see what you've described. It's like an art form for me is I have the same exact mentality when it comes to podcasting. Really, like I've experienced so much rejection asking people to come on, right? Talking about the pod. Hey, because what am I selling? I'm selling the pod. I'm trying to change people's lives. I'm trying to get them. Why should they listen to Joe Rogan? Why should they listen? Why shouldn't they? And why should they just listen to me? Right. And so I'm continuously out there trying to sell this. Everyone at the gym, whenever I'm out at the grocery store, I'm at work, on the bus, everywhere. And yeah, majority, 90% of them don't give a fuck. Like 90% of them, like lots of them even are rude. Right. Yeah. And then, or maybe I'll ask guests to come on and they don't want to come on, or like they're flaky. I'm dealing with all kinds of people. And kind of what, like, as you said, you really can't overthink that. And you really just have to focus on what's next. Because the moment you kind of focus too much on the past and you think, oh, I could have, what if, should have, could have, would have, what's happened's happened. Maybe you could have changed up the word. Maybe you could have used a different sentence. Maybe you could have changed up your tone, but what's done's done. Then you focus on what's next. And you take that with school. When you get a bad grade, yeah, you just study harder next time. You take that with games. Okay, you just try harder next time. You take that with League.
I used to carry this guy on League of Legends. This guy was nothing without
Bryce and I played League of Legends for 12 hours every day for the pandemic.
When COVID hit, we were locked up. We'd play from like 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Like every single day. We just grind so hard, only to move up like from gold 4 to like gold 2.
So fun,
and
though.
It was so fun. So I'm telling you what, with this monkeypox, first of all, let's talk about this monkeypox. All right, as soon as that shit happens, I'm getting it and I'm giving it right to you. So we can go back to it and we can just sit in our rooms and grind.
Imagine there's another pandemic.
I know.
I'd do it, man.
Oh, for sure I'd do it. Are you kidding
I'd do
me?
it again.
The monkeypox. Gosh, that thing's disgusting, eh?
I wanted to read a Alex Hormozy quotes too. So I think this would resonate. So here's one thing that relates to authenticity.
I think I could probably do more pull-ups than you.
Can you? No, you can't. No, you can't.
I sometimes just like saying things to piss them off.
I remember we did do pull-ups.
I actually did beat you in a pull-up competition. I totally did. So funny.
Where was that quote, man?
Do you need me to get you some steroids?
Steroids never. That's too short term.
That's too short term.
I got one. Oh, there it is. Okay. You only need 3 things to win. This relates to sales. The balls to start.
Yep.
The brains to learn, and the heart to never give up.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's so
accurate.
nosy. I think of that when I think of sales or anything worth having, when you're trying to engage in, in sales and business. But yeah. Would you ever open up your own business one day though?
I mean, maybe. Kind of depends. Like,
Morgan Early's doing it. Jake Sven's doing it. All the
though.
business people are coming on the pod, man. I'm seeking them out.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'll probably stick around with this company for a while. Just because they are growing too. Like, it's a newer company. And that they'll do pretty well. So I'll probably just stick around then. If I get an idea for something, maybe. But yeah, I am kind of thinking of staying more in the business side of things, because you want to be financially free, right? Like, or at least I do. I want to be financially free. I don't really know specifically what I want to do. Like, I mean, I'm playing volleyball, right? That's why this job's kind of perfect.
Have you started investing?
Yeah.
By yourself?
A little bit. Yeah, Ryan was trying to get me on the well simple.
Okay, good.
Anyway, but that's why this is good, because I'm like I'm a volleyball player, and I'm doing that this year in London, right? And I needed to make money to go do that, so I did this job and I made money to go do that. You know what I mean? So in the future, if I ever want to try and continue playing overseas in Europe or whatever, it's usually just 8 months or like 7 months, right? And then I'd come back and then I'd just work the summers and make enough money for an entire year and then go back and do that again. So it's almost like the perfect balance to keep doing what I want to do. Because aside from playing volleyball, I don't really know what I want to do. Like, this job is good because it makes me the money that I need. And it's not like I hate it, because it's rewarding, because like I said, the harder I work, the better I am, the more I make. And that is rewarding in itself. Currently, I have no idea what else I want to do. So like, I'll probably just do this for a while. But if the idea ever comes, yeah. I mean, being financially free, man, like, if you got to be able to, support your family, buy things for your friends.
We're going to be millionaires one day, man.
Well, I will be. I don't know about you.
You'll be working for me. I'll donate you $1 million.
Oh, that's so funny. Actually, technically, I'd be your boss. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not really kidding. You'd be first year and I'd be veteran.
Would you ever do content creation? Like, actually take it seriously? Like YouTube?
I mean,
you should.
For what?
Anything, man. Like volleyball, things you're like, passionate about.
Would I? Probably not. Could I?
You make TikToks all the time. Why not just add
just give me my
10
money.
times more effort? I think you've got the personality for it.
But well, I don't really make TikToks. I just kind of like get bored and then do whatever I want to do for 2 minutes and then post it and get like 20 likes. So that's kind of.
Some of them pops off. If you had kept doing that anime thing, for those of you listening, Bryce created this anime compilation of all his friends.
Yeah, I said recreate a pose from something. So they all recreated like a picture from like an anime, and then I like clipped them together. They got like 2 million views.
Yeah, that was sick.
On both videos. I got like 2 million and then another 2 million. And then after that, everything's been like maybe 200 views and less. That was a long time ago, actually. I missed that. That was like COVID too, I think.
Yeah. Bro, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4?
That was like, yeah. That was like summer of first year.
Dude.
So that was
so long, bro.
Yeah, that was literally 5 years ago. Anyway, I'm back now. I'm coaching. I'm back coaching. Giving back to the young ones, the young bloods,
Yeah. What's it like coaching?
Oh, it's good, man. The kids are like, kids are so funny. Especially I'm like with the elementary kids.
Is it that easy? You just email the teachers or coaches and, hey, I'm headed to go back coaching for like 2-3 weeks.
Oh yeah. I was just like, hey, I'm going to be back. Like, can I come coach? And they're like, yep. Because that's what I did for work for like my past 2 summers, right?
Yeah.
So I do like it there. It is very rewarding working with the young chitlins. Growing them, they're so fun though. kind of lose my voice a little bit though, because I have to yell a lot. So talking regularly, it's like really raspy, and then I'm like, ah. So that's the only downside is losing your voice all week. But
I think when you and I worked together, yeah, my voice, I'd be yelling a lot. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was just hype, man. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Kid, you got to yell a lot, especially as a coach, because you got to be loud. Okay, balls away and bring it in. You know what I mean? And then you're talking to like 30 kids, and I have to like pronunciate so they can hear me. And it's a big gym. There's a bunch of other stuff going on, right? I have to talk over that as well. It sucks, but that's the only kind of downside part. It is good though, working with like, I get the elementary kids, man. It's so cute. It's like, it's almost like half babysitting when you're working with kids that young. But
you ever get impatient?
Not really. I'm pretty chill. Kids like me. I kind of goof around with them because sometimes
the kids pick on you.
Yeah, if I let them. Actually, I got like 100 dodgeballs thrown at me the other day. Oh yeah. They're hit Bryce, and then another kid's like, yeah, I hit Bryce, and I'm like,
like, you're just like,
they're like running
naturally around. A teacher. Like, I feel like you don't really need to study to be a teacher. Like, you just have it. Just
how you fit with dealing with kids. Yeah. Well, most kids like me, and they do listen to me too, because they like respect me, because I'm nice to them. Like, I'm not a dickhead to kids. Like, you know how some teachers are just like naturally mean, and then you're like, man, fuck this guy.
Some of them hate their jobs, bro.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. You just don't want to be mean, so you treat them with respect, and you don't treat them like, maybe they are 7 years old, but you don't necessarily treat them like they're 7. And you can goof around with them, make them smile, make them laugh. That's pretty easy, I think. So it's rewarding that way. And then they like you. Like I said, there was 2 girls today who they were doing like a TikTok dance, and like, instead of like practicing like in the drill, like most people would probably be like, "Why, guys, what are you doing? Why aren't you focusing?"
You joined in.
I joined in. I did the TikTok dance with them. I was, you know what I mean? I was doing the thing with them, and they were dancing. They loved it, right? And then they were asking me about stuff, and I was like, "You guys know the just give me my money, Trent?" And they're like, yeah, I know that, Trent. And I was like, should we do it on someone? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, they get like so hype. And then they're like, can we do it now? And I was like, no, like we'll do it later. Like, I'll plan it. But then they went back and like focused. I said, yeah, if you focus really hard, if you do this really well, focus here really hard, we'll do that later. And then they're like, okay. And then they like lock in and they don't goof around. You know what I mean? And then I literally did the video today. I have it on my phone, and we pranked another coach because she didn't know what it was. And they thought it was hilarious. They thought it was the best thing ever.
I think that's how you connect with the kids, bro. Like, even with I'm the same way, where you just need to go to their level, and you actually need to be enthusiastic about it.
Oh yeah.
Because
good energy.
Like, my brother, he's really into Roblox and Geometry Dash right now, but just me sitting there and him explaining kind of the different blocks and the kind of the music to it, and just what he's doing and what he's creating, like, you're led into their world instead of just like directing and barking orders and going, oh, hey, do this and I'll do that. It's like, no, like, you can do that after, but you got to listen to them first, or you got to step down to their level, and you got to be able to connect with them in their own, from their perspective too, and just see if they like a friend,
Yeah, exactly. More like a friend, right? And man, kids are rewarding because they're the future. It's like 6ix9ine always said, hashtag for the kids.
Is that guy still relevant?
I don't know.
I haven't heard of him.
No, I haven't
much.
heard from him in a long time.
Yeah.
Like a little pump.
Is that guy still? No, I think he's still going.
Yeah, he's still alive. I don't know. He's not really making music. I think
he's like,
or he hasn't released in a while.
He's really damaged his brain from all the.
Lean double.
Little pump. Remember when Gucci Gang came out, bro?
Yeah, that was different.
Gucci Gang.
I remember that. No,
bro, he was 16, 17 when that came out.
Yeah. That was vibing. I haven't listened to them, like Lil Pump, in so long. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy about living with like
Yeah.
pics will do to you.
What do you think?
You know,
What do you think would have happened if you made it as a rapper when you were in high school and you just had millions of dollars?
Young Bone.
You know, okay, let's say you actually made it. Like I feel like that would be my downfall, bro. like I wouldn't be sitting here right now having a thoughtful conversation, having good relationships. I'd just be so in my head, and I'd be, those child actors that kind of, they don't know how to operate in society. They haven't been disciplined. Yeah. That's why I've heard this said many times by the people I look up to, like Alex Hormozy, Chris Williamson, and they said that they fear, like one of their biggest fears is winning the lottery, because then anything after that is just below. Like you can't surpass any of that.
Yeah.
And I think it goes for kind of that initial fame where you didn't really put in as much effort, and you don't know what it's like being a normal person, where you just kind of got catapulted into this fame and this wealth. That's why people have maladaptive behaviors and can't function in society well when they do become big at a young age. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I probably could have gone down that path. It's very possible. Yeah. You know who you remind me of?
Who?
You know Jaden Smith?
Jaden Smith.
Like Will Smith's son?
No.
Yeah. You're like the type
Let's
of guy.
talk about the political.
That's exactly the type.
Bro, have you listened?
We just chat, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, like, can we just not talk about like how short term everyone is?
Have you listened to my other pods, bro? I get real deep.
I know.
I get real deep.
That's you. Can we just talk about like the political and economic state of the world?
And this guy
right
always
now?
just tries to put it back to sales and short term shit.
Dude, I ain't even talking about sales. I was talking about monkeypox not 20 minutes ago. And League of Legends.
I just want to talk deep stuff, bro. The real stuff.
I know that real stuff, but like sometimes I just want to rap. No, just kidding.
Jaden Smith. No, but he did get a lot of flack for that, hey?
Yeah, he did.
No, but
my kids my age, man, they just
so immature.
They always go bro. And man, can we just talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? Like, come on. Like Advin over here is like, yeah, monkeypox, man, shit. I'm gonna give that to you. Bro, yeah, man. Like some people, like when they get into fame early.
I'm trying to keep it long term, bro.
I know it is the name of the podcast. Yeah. I'm just not used to it because
you're used to. You've talked to me.
I know. But like, if we weren't on the pod and you weren't fully keeping it long term, this is true, by the way. You go along with it and he make it funny. That's all.
This guy, don't believe this guy. He's delusional.
Have you seen like the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie?
No, but I've heard a lot about.
Oh, it's funny.
People talking about it.
Dude, I swear, like I've been seeing a movie every week. I just go see the most random shit.
Why don't you read books instead? I've been telling you this, man.
Books are for nerds.
And
I'm not a nerd. Just kidding. I have a horrible literature skills.
Binge Peaky Blinders the whole season, the first season last weekend, and now it's in my head. This is why I don't like watching shows,
because it locks you in.
It locks me in, and now all I can think of is finishing season 2. It's good, man. Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, that's good.
So good, hey.
I put you on One Piece. Get you to watch 1,000 episodes.
There's this one quote that I absolutely love. It's
he's talking.
He's talking to Grace, and he goes, "We're all whores, Grace. We just have different prices, and we sell different parts of ourselves." I'm like, wow.
See, there's strong shit like that, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, that's why like art, like that's why I like, I don't know, film, TV shows.
You can do both, bro.
Whatever. I know, but like I do read, like I said, I read manga, right? But I don't.
That's a comic.
I like looking at art. I like looking at like physical art because I think it's like more powerful when you connect the two of them, right? Rather than making it up in my own head. But that's just me. Other people do whatever they want. But What was it? Oh yeah, like Attack on Titan.
Oh, that movie was great. Attack on Titan. I remember you suggesting that to me, and I had watched it previously, and I kind of just overlooked it. I'm like, it's for kids, Titans. Like, it's not that deep, bro. Then I gave it season 1 a try and actually finished it, and I was like, whoa, okay.
Then you realized it was
and then
the best show
every
of all time.
season just kept progressively getting better and better, and I was just hooked. Yeah, up until the best part was the last episode, the movie. Yeah.
See, the thing is, man, I've been saying it for years, and I'm gonna keep saying it for years. Attack on Titan is the best show of all time. Not anime, show. It's better. I'm like the film addict. Like, I've watched everything. I've seen Breaking Bad. I've seen Game of Thrones. I've seen Better Call Saul. I've seen anything. You name it. Peaky Blinders. I've seen it all.
Dexter?
Okay, I haven't seen Dexter.
That's
Dexter.
a lie.
I know Dexter. I heard really good things about Dexter. I've seen about 90% of all TV shows, right? Like, all the important ones.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
I remember you were crazy about really Mr. Robot.
BoJack Horseman. That's fire too.
Anyway, I finished BoJack. That's a good one.
It just is. And the reason I brought it up was because of that Peaky Blinders quote. Right? Do you remember Kenny Ackerman, the Ripper in Attack on Titan? He said the same thing, or similar. He said, we're all slaves to something, right? Some it's money, some it's women, power, even religion, right? Everyone's a slave to something, right? And I thought that was like, there's certain little things and shows that you really pick up where it's like, damn, and it really changes your perspective on a lot of things. And that's why I talked about it in the last podcast, how so many things from media that I've indulged has like changed my perspective on.
You're also just really good at absorbing the good elements. I remember, and then when you make recommendations to me, they're usually shows that would resonate with me. I don't think you've made a recommendation to me that I haven't resonated with. Like, I remember you recommended Attack on Titan, BoJack Horseman, Midnight Gospel. What else did you recommend? Maybe there's some more.
Well, I've probably done some movies too. Like, I've recommended some movies too.
I think you have, yeah. But you still got that list?
What list?
The movie list.
Are going top 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you want to see it?
The list?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see
Follow me on Letterboxd, Bryce the Killer. You could do that too. Like, I just drop random like movie reviews on like whatever. You know what I mean?
You should get X. You have X?
What's X?
Twitter. Put your movie reviews there.
Twitter's for pussies. No,
dude, that's where,
I was just kidding.
Bro, that's where the real free speech is at, man.
Twitter. I know. Honestly,
you're always on TikTok.
I didn't even care. Yeah, so like Whiplash.
You're obsessed with Whiplash.
Wow. That is the perfect film. I watched
that in grade 7 at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, well, that's just silly. You gotta lock in for that movie.
I was locked in. I was about to go. I was sleepy. I wanted to fall asleep to a movie, and then that showed up, and I was wired.
Another movie that came out recently that was really good was The Iron Claw. Have you seen The Iron Claw? It was like Zac Efron. It was like about the Von Elrich brothers. They were all wrestlers in their family, and their family was like cursed. That movie came out like December of last year. And it's like in my top 11 movies. It's like 11. I think it was.
Whiplash is not 1?
No, Whiplash is 2.
What's 1?
A Silent Voice.
Silent Voice.
I think I told you to watch that one. That one was.
Yeah, you did. You also told me to watch Your Name Is.
Yeah, that one's fallen off a little bit. But Blade Runner 2049. That is peak.
And
Sound of Metal. La La Land.
Dude, did I tell you Sound of Metal actually
Didn't I tell you to watch it?
Yeah, no, you told me to watch it.
Yeah.
It made me traumatized. I was traumatized for like 4 months. Because you remember when I went through my hearing trauma and I was telling you about how painful it was, kind of hyperacusis tinnitus. When I watched that, I empathized like to the fullest extent. Because it depicted losing your hearing so well that I actually was paranoid. You know me. I get, I I get really paranoid and I overthink.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched that film, they did a phenomenal job with depicting what it's like for a drummer going through hearing loss and just the acceptance, the kind of the grief process to that, and all the emotions that kind of arose as a result, and the catharsis that he's had to engage in when it came to journaling and when it came to finding a different routes and meaning with his
meaning in life. Like, it was, that movie's so much more powerful than you think, not just about the hearing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that movie is nuts.
Well, it's about the grief. When you lose something, when you even lose someone, it's just, you have to change your life. You have to think differently, and you have to find tools to accept the new reality, because life is never going to be linear. There's always going to be setbacks. And that's like, that movie was just, it was phenomenal. And like the ending where he just accepted it was just,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the execution of that movie is amazing. When a movie can execute what it's going for, it's just phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like, if they can actually, they can kind of give it to you, but not all on a platter, where you kind of got to dig and make up your own stuff, but they kind of help you a little bit. Like, I think those, and if it's executed well with like good sound, good cinematography, like, it feels like magical. Like, when I watched that movie, I was so locked in. I could feel what was going on through the screen. Like, I could feel it.
Did you watch it in theaters?
No, I didn't. But I could literally, like, I was sitting there and I was watching it and I was like feeling exactly what was going on. It makes you sad, it makes you happy, it makes you nervous, whatever. And then at the end, like at that end point, like, I was sitting there so in shock. And I like just sat there in front of the credits as they rolled. You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit. I can't believe I felt that.
It's good when you ponder on it for a couple minutes or longer. And then I remember you were telling me the day after you watched Silent Voice, it's all you could think of
for the entire next day.
Yeah. I think this is why you're successful at sales too on your first 4 months, is you're always selling to people like throughout your entire life with movies and shows, and I've bought it. And I think I'm very hard to convince. Like, I'm just like, I'm very stoic when I'm very with my mindset. Like, if I'm not running, if I'm not working out, like, why would I change my habits? Why would I go about changing my routine when this is what's worked for me? I never try to be flexible in regards to kind of even like spending time watching a movie. I continuously want to stay hard and just stick with what I know.
Yeah.
And so by you, I think, I don't know, were you always like that? Like, as a kid?
I mean, I guess so. Well, that's why you need me.
You
need me to take care of you. All right. I'm going to get you a truck. All right.
50 grand.
We're going to get.
Where's this truck from? Like, why is that? That's so random.
Wow. It's just like a joke. Like, with us, like, like the sales guys, like, we can, like, we just kind of, you get a read on people, especially when you knock doors. You can tell when someone's like, yeah, this guy's got it all figured out. You know what I mean? He's got the big Chev in the front. He comes out, he's got the family, the wife and 2 kids. He's got a nice house, and he's just sitting there and he's like, he's being real with you. Like, you can tell, like, there's no bullshit. You're like, yeah, this guy.
You're not being sarcastic.
No, I'm not. Like I'm
this
like,
guy's actually
like,
the
this
real
guy
deal.
gets it. And then we're like, yeah, we got to be like that one. We got to have it all figured out. So it's just funny. It's like, oh yeah, make this money, you just blow it on a truck. Like, you can buy whatever you want. It's just a joke. Like, it's not serious. Like, it's douchey, but it's funny. But like,
that's funny.
You know what I mean? Like, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna come out and eat with us next year, or you're gonna stay at home like a poor boy? You know what I mean?
I like the inside jokes that gets developed.
Yeah, like that's what it is, basically. Like, he's got a truck and he goes, yeah. Like, Ryan's got a truck, he's going, yeah. I might get a tremor next year. I think I'm getting a tremor. It's like, you don't have money for a trimmer. You know what I mean? But it's just funny. It's
That's
like,
funny.
when are you going to like adopt the sales, like the businessman mindset? You know, when are you going to start driving a nicer vehicle? When are you going to start wearing suits and ties? You know, when are you going to buy some sunglasses? You need a nice pair of sunglasses. You know what I mean?
I feel like the suit and tie would make it too intimidating.
No, that's just a joke. Like, just like
no, but like actually
on the
like,
doors.
like on doors, like door knocking, suit and tie. Like,
No.
But I could see why people would view that as being professional, though. I could see maybe.
No, we have like our work attire, like it's a nice like golf shirt sort of, and then shorts or whatever. But no, it's just like, you know, yeah, where are we going for dinner? Yeah, we're going to the Keg. Where do you think we're going? You know what I mean? Like, we're going someplace nice. Like, it's just like adopting the mindset, which it's kind of like, it's mainly jokes, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it keeps you hard. It keeps you in the business mindset.
I gotta have Ryan on the pod, man.
You do. Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
He's so far down south.
Like I asked him, and
I know.
He says he lives in Lethbridge.
He lives in Lethbridge, yeah.
I'm just gonna do online.
Yeah, Zoom. I said get him on the Zoom.
Yeah.
And
I'll get him on the Zoom.
That guy is so funny, man.
Dude, from one of the stories, man.
He's so funny. But he's the one who, like, you know, he adopts the mindset and then brings it in. So I do the same thing with Severio, you know, like, and you go, yeah, like, and Lee McLeod.
Did you try to get Sav on the sales job?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been talking
to him. Sav's really
busy.
Huh? He's really busy now.
I know he's busy. I've been talking to him though.
Yeah.
I think I might convince him.
Yeah, you might.
I will convince him.
Bro, if he's there, man, him and
I'm just saying. Right. It's fun. You get a good group too. Like, that was a nice thing. You worked in a good group. We worked Monday to Saturday. Like, Saturday, you don't have to. So like, if you were doing something, you didn't need to. But like, why not? What else am I going to do? Like, I could work like 4 hours on a Saturday, make 1 or 2 sales and go home and then spend the rest of the day. You know what I mean? And everyone's home on a Saturday. So it's really nice. Because you talk
every
more
single
people.
Door that you
do take Sunday off though. You know, it's the Lord's Day. Got to rest on the Sunday. But
you've been going to church? Yeah,
we went out there.
Good.
We go to church, then we go out for lunch, and then we go out to golf, and then we chill for that remainder of the Sunday. So that was a nice day. Like that, when you got in the program, that was nice. You work hard, you chill on Sunday, and you get back at it. You know, and it's nice. It keeps you staying hard. Like, you know, how are you going to afford a truck if you ain't working the hours? You know what I mean? Like, and
bro, that's the last thing I'd want.
I need a truck. Damn it! I need a nice car. You know what I mean? I can't be driving this Ford Edge for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Bro, but a lot of people do think that way, though.
Huh?
Like, a lot of people do associate their worth, their status with their cars,
especially when you get older. That's why it's just funny for us now, because we're like young. It's like, you know, like, we're going out to the Keg tonight. Everyone made 5 sales. We're going to the Keg. You know what I mean? Like, or like, dude, why don't you just buy it? And you're like, I don't know, man. Like, do I really need it? He's like, who cares? You're right. I'm just kidding. You know, it's a horrible mindset, but it's just so funny.
That's funny.
It's just so funny.
Okay, but going back to the movies.
Hey, forget that. This is all satire, by the way. But
no, this guy's not joking.
It's like an inside joke. I'm just trying to get him in on it early.
Now, speaking of inside jokes, though, I speak a lot in long term versus short term now. I'm like, people get it. Like, the more I talk to people, I'm like, no, that's short term.
That's all you talk about. Of course, people fucking get it. Holy shit! I've been fucking getting it for years. I've been getting that shit. And now I'm like, it's like so ingrained that every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, I already fucking know. Like, I've known you for however long. Short
term. You know what games short term. Poison. Have you guys been
short term?
Have you guys been consuming a lot of poison? For those of you that don't know, poison is just anything that's junk food. Junk food.
So we go out for lunch every day. Ryan likes to keep it healthy. He likes to keep it clean. But then he was asking you, like, what's clean? Like, you know, you'd go to, like, I don't know. We go to, like, Edo. Would you go to Edo?
Yeah.
You go to Edo. And you probably go to Chop Leaf too, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
We stayed away from
the
McDonald's.
Sauces, the sauces at Edo, it's too much sugar. Like that scoop of sauce, man.
Just don't get the sauce.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I do. And then
Yeah, no, that we would stay away from like Don's and like Wendy's and stuff like that. You know, odd times we try some secret hitters, like some sandwich shops. It's like kind of anything. I don't know.
That's risky,
Well, when you're
man.
working that, you don't got time to make food. Really. I mean, you do,
That's
but like
excuses, bro.
Nobody
You
wants.
got time
You
to
do
make
have
food.
time, but I don't care. I just
You
don't
got
care.
time to make food.
I don't care to make food. I don't want to make food, and I'm making
Air
money
fryer
where
or pan,
I don't really need to.
chicken breast. Boom.
Yeah.
Broccoli. Rice.
If you want to, me personally, it was more for the vibes. You know what I mean? You go out, you eat lunch with the boys, and then you go out in the doors. It's like for the vibes. You know what I mean? It's like embracing the mindset.
Fair.
You know, you get the vibes are high when you're going out. When you're eating at home and you're eating a bologna sandwich, just doesn't hit the same. All right. Just doesn't work. When I'm going out and I'm hitting the Earls before I'm on the doors, now that makes me feel like I'm a player. That makes me feel like I'm ready to do some damage out there. I'm about to sell some people. I'm about to stay hard. You know what I mean? So
That's
anyway,
too funny.
that's kind of why we go out for that. But yeah, man,
You're passionate, man. I can tell you're passionate.
Well, it's just
Sales might be
I enjoyed it. It
definitely okay. If you had your own product and you're this passionate selling, sky's the limit, bro. Gotta find a good product.
Yeah, but I don't have a product.
Well, exactly. That's why you gotta be innovative. You gotta think of something.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, like
I'm trying to be an event coordinator, which
You are
actually
trying
this
to be?
guy. What's that?
you're trying to be
Yeah, like host my own parties and stuff.
your own parties.
I hosted the high school reunion.
Yeah, I remember that.
I pulled it off. Pulled it off.
You host your own parties for other, like for what? Like obviously you do the high school reunion, but what else would you do?
I'm trying to do a Halloween party
Or
just for fun. Just going to get students,
Just
get
for
people
anyone?
from Sherwood Park.
where?
Get 'em.
Here?
Yeah, here. Same hall. We're
Yeah.
gonna make it happen. There's
but-
gonna be
Yeah.
a good turnout, man. I just see hosting events, it's just like sales. It's just like anything, podcasting. You really gotta put in the numbers and you gotta sell it. Why should people give up their time to come to yours and when they could just go to, when they could just go to their friend's house and have a fire, or
Mhm.
they could just go to that bar, Midway or Cook County. No, they're gonna be going to Advin Villa's party.
Mhm.
One day, man, when I've got a mansion, I'll be hosting the best parties. The best. Like Dan Bilzerian. I listened to the entire podcast. Bro, he's actually not that bad of a guy.
Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah. Like, sure, he's like the epitome of hedonism. Like I think he probably screwed like 1,000 women. That's what he's from what it sounded like. But he's got like a good philosophy when it comes to confidence. And when it comes, he's not like, people think he's a degenerate, but he's actually, in a way, he's likable. I could see why a lot of people don't like him.
He's a degenerate, but he's likable.
Yeah, no,
I get it. Like that's what I'm
he's like
saying.
a-
Like it's
he seems like a douche.
yeah, but people like him because he's funny, or he's got
but
like
he's
that,
like he's
that
actually
charm.
genuine.
No, I
he's
know.
not
Yeah.
he's not just gonna, he's not an asshole. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
and he was on the podcast. The
You
Modern
got Dan
Wisdom.
Bilzerian on the podcast.
Modern Wisdom, he was, but I'll have him on. He keeps asking.
Oh.
He keeps asking me.
It's like,
Dude,
oh
imagine.
shit, you got fucking Dan Bilzerian. Good for you.
I remember scrolling that guy's Instagram going, whoa, he's like the coolest guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Well, dude, you do anything fun, or are you just? Have you done anything fun recently, or are you just?
Have I done anything fun? I've been podcasting.
Okay.
I've been working.
Okay.
I've been working out. I've been
Yep.
running.
So nothing.
Lots of fun.
Okay.
What about you?
I meant for yourself. Like, well, I mean, you do everything for yourself, but something different. Something like, because you've been doing the same shit since freaking 1955. So
podcasting's different.
You've been doing that all year.
I have been doing it all year. Yeah,
So that's not different anymore. And you do it like so often
I do.
that it's not like
I'm going to be
Different.
running 160K
oh, that's funny.
for a trail run this time.
Trail run.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, I laughed
Peaky
because I
Blinders.
want you to do it.
Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something different. Yeah, went to a friend's birthday party,
Mm-hmm.
high school reunion. Did that, the charity event. Those are probably the top two.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think you're I think you're referring to the bar, drinking.
No. I'm not referring to
What
the
are you
bar.
referring to then,
I don't know, like something fun. Like, did you go on a trip?
bro? I was just in Australia and the Philippines, bro, for like a month.
That's right.
You know,
I remember that actually.
That's it. That was this
Was
year.
that a while?
Sorry,
Is that
was
my
mine.
phone or your phone? Okay. Yeah, that's right. I actually forgot. That was good. You were texting me about that. I
Yeah.
remember that. Okay.
No, I texted you. I was tempted that trip.
I don't know, like something like yeah, would you pick up golf?
Golf. I've actually had a lot of people like ask me about golf. Like that's in the gym culture as well.
Yeah.
Like Juan, Devin, they were just on the pod.
Yeah, I saw
They
that.
love golf. Like Devin especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be all they talk about.
Would you do it? It's pretty like an expensive hobby, but
It's pretty expensive. Probably not. I don't.
probably not.
I mean, if they've got extra clubs.
Well, you
Try
can
it.
rent clubs. It's just expensive.
Yeah.
I'm
One
a
of these
sucker
days.
for golf.
One of these
I've been
days.
getting into it a lot recently.
Dude, you've been in golf for like 3 years now, 4 years.
Yeah, like I've like enjoyed golf, but like I've started to like try and take it a little more seriously
professionally?
recently. No, hell no.
Seriously.
I'm like a 20 handicap. That is
I don't know
not-
what that means.
That's not good. That's like 20 over par.
Mm.
So not great. I did shoot my lowest round of the year though. Shot an 82 was the lowest round that I've ever shot. And then my next is like, I also had an 88. So I shot like an 88 this year, which was like good. And then I shot an 82, which was like great. And then like I took a week off. And then for the next 2 months, I was like 100, 95, 98, 102, 97, 98. Like I just lost. I took 1 week off. I had a hot spurt of 2 rounds in a row. And then I took a week and I never got it back. Actually, this last weekend, I played really well too.
So every Sunday, you guys go out golfing.
Every Sunday.
And you guys drink?
No, we have like the odd transfusion out there. It's a nice little
No,
sip.
get rid of alcohol.
Well,
You
it's not like we're getting absolutely obliterated. We had like 1 or 2 transfusions.
Still
it's
bad. Still bad for you.
It's so tasty though. It's so tasty.
Bro.
But yeah, no, I've been getting into that more. But aside from that, dude, I was working this summer. I was golfing. And
Where's the movie time?
oh, you get the movie times. You get them on a Sunday night.
Sunday night?
Or like a Friday night or Saturday night, or hell, even on like a Tuesday night if you're feeling it, you know?
You caught up with One Piece?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Of
course I have.
When did you catch up?
Oh, like 2 years ago almost.
I remember you.
I grinded that.
You grinded.
Hell yeah. I was moving and shaking on that. Over 1,000 episodes. I've been absolutely putting in the work. I think I'm a little bit behind now because it like comes out weekly. And I haven't like caught up in a while.
Dude,
But
there's so many episodes.
yeah, I know, but they're so good. They're so peak, you know?
Bro, if you actually want to stay real hard, you have to read the book Can't Hurt Me to know
That's
what
true.
it's like
That's true.
to actually. I think you'd love it, man. If you were to read one book, you got to read the book by David Goggins, first one.
I've read a book.
You have?
Yeah, Door to Door Millionaire by Lenny Gray.
Door to Door Millionaire. This
Mhm.
year?
Yeah.
How many pages? 10?
300 something.
300. You read a 300-page book.
I took notes on it too. It's like I said, do the training, put in the hours. I did the training. I read a book because when I found out how much money I could potentially make, I wanted to put in my efforts to like work towards that. I read the book. I did the online trading. There's like courses online and like you watch the videos, right? I watched the videos. That's why I came in. So we had other rookies with us too who did the job. The reason why I did so much, I started a lot hotter than them was because I put in I did the training that they didn't. I read the book. They didn't read the book. I did the online courses. They didn't, you know what I mean? And so when I was doing so well and they like were slower at the start, you know, they were like, what the heck? And then they started to realize, and then they started to do the training. They did the online courses and then they got significantly better right away. Right. So you just got to do the training, man.
Yeah, you'll be working for me one day.
I'm just gonna wait when I'm the owner of a business. I'm gonna hire you, as my janitor.
Bro, I've got a grand vision, man. I'm telling you. Remember when you and I first played League?
Yeah.
Pandemic. I was a nobody. Still am nobody, but still I'm better. You know. Every year it seems to be like the more I pray, the more I meditate, the more I work out, the more I just stick with the vision and never lose that hope. I can get through anything. It's just no matter how tough it gets, it seems life gets better. I think God's watching and I feel grounded and I feel connected to the world. And I feel like one day I have this grand vision of kind of being in service to others fully. Like having my own business per se and just whatever that looks like. I don't really know what God and plan for me. I just know it's be something good, man.
You gotta keep trusting that too.
I gotta trust in that, bro. I think on days where it gets tough, you just gotta trust in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll be working for me. And yes, you'll be my janitor.
No.
But you'll probably be the highest paid janitor.
Yeah, that's true. If you're my janitor, I'd probably pay you 6 figures.
6 figures. I joke about that all the time to people I work with. It's just like when they complain to me, especially, like I don't really have any suggestions because there's some work drama or something that's like they can't leave the job because they got a family. And I go, why don't you quit and you work for me instead? I give you $200K per year to start, benefits, and 2 months vacation. And for a little bit, these people who hate their jobs to forget, and we joke around, right?
Yeah.
Like it seems like that hope, like when you instill that in someone, does wonders, man. Right? Like in a comedic way too. It's just kind of cathartic. But bro, like if you ask any single person, like what would they do if money wasn't an option? Usually it's not working more of their current job. Okay. I find that like soul crushing, bro. Like for people that have families, for people that are already in their 60s. Like I think that's my nightmare, man. I don't want to be 40, bro, and I don't want to be stuck at a dead end job.
At that dead end, yeah. Well, that's why you got to get ahead early. Right?
Yeah, that's why I don't drink. Health is wealth, my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
Health is wealth. That's why I got to work out every day. That's why you got to stay away from the poison. You got to keep the long-term friends. You got to keep that long-term mindset.
Yeah.
Bro, there's a book that came out. I haven't read it. It's on my list. And this nurse who had worked at a hospice for decades. 5 things that the sick and the people regretted before they died. If I can't remember the 5th one, but it goes, I wish I took more risks. I wish I stayed in contact with my friends. I wish I wish I worked less. I wish there's all these things that they regret. And I just like align that. I picture my 80-year-old self and I go, what would I do right now to be nice to my older self? You know what I mean? What would me tomorrow want me today to do. That's how I operate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. I think like that too. Sometimes it doesn't always win.
No, sometimes it doesn't work. Like I'm definitely, I don't follow it thoroughly, but we all make mistakes, right?
Well, of course. That's a good way to think about it though. And that's the nice thing too about kind of working in the industry that I work in now is it's different, like you're working with like 50 and 60-year-olds, and you're like 23, 24, right? So it's a little bit different. Whereas you're working with us, you're working with like similar people who have a similar mindset. They want to be successful. They want to, make money to put them ahead, right, at a younger age, so they don't work a dead end job for the rest of it. You know what I mean? And that's nice too, because you're with similar age people with a similar mindset, similar goals, right? And the people you kind of keep around you are what you kind of image yourself. You know what I mean? Like you kind of build yourself in their image almost. So,
but then again, the people that are older, like they have the answers, man. See, this is why when we did work together, you never asked them the questions.
Yeah, I was there to work. I wasn't there to fuck around. No, just kidding.
Bro, I'm there to work too, but I'm building something.
This guy is not a hard worker. Let's just put that blatantly. Let's put it out there. All right.
You can do everything, man. You can be the hardest worker, and you could also be the most liked, and you could listen to others, and you could be the works therapist, and you could be the strongest guy at the work, but you got to put in the effort. This guy's just walking in and he's like, oh, I'm 22, 23. I got nothing in common with anyone. Well, but then I walk in and...
Well, dude, if they want to chat, like I'd chat a little bit, but like, I'm sorry. I was up at 5 a.m. this morning. I'm fucking chopping wood at 6. Like, I don't want to fucking talk. Like, let me just do my job. Like, holy, I mean, but then there was like, you remember Morgan? Like, yeah, he was a coworker. He was our age. I chat with him all the time. He was a beauty. Love that guy. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, Siegfried, 58-year-old Siegfried, we had good convos here and there, but I wasn't going out of my way to chat with him. You know what I mean? He's
not there anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Poor guy. No, I mean, like, they're good people. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I was there to work. It's loud. You know what I mean? That's why also you'd like the job we do, because at the end of the day, it's just talking to people.
I love talking to people.
I know. And that's also why I think it might be a little bit of your downfall, because you'd like stray, because some people, they just like open up, be like, yeah, would you want us to kind of like get rid of the spiders too? And then you go, no, I do got sciatica though, so it's kind of going down my leg. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm here to. Do you want me to kill the bugs or no? And then
they just like sidetrack.
Yes, they just want to talk. They just want to talk about themselves. And like, sure, like that's fine for some people, but like on their doors, your time is valuable, right? And I'm worried you'd get caught up in it and you'd like keep talking
like,
and
if
wasting
somebody's
your time.
telling me
with
they
it.
got sciatica, that's the thing, running down their leg, like. They don't have anyone to talk to, so they gotta. They gotta let it out. So I'm gonna listen to them, even if it.
But then that wastes your time.
Even if it takes like 30 minutes.
That's fair, but then that's valuable time, especially if it's in prime time where you don't make money.
It's good PR though.
It's good PR. That's fine, but at the end of the day, that's not why you're there, right? You're there for.
Well, I'm there to connect too with the customers.
If you want, for sure. But I'd listen as well, but I wouldn't like egg it on and then ask them questions about it. You know what I mean? They'd be like,
probably give them a hug.
Wow. No, no, I wouldn't do that. Oh, dude, this is unprofessional. But funny story I had out there on the doors was, it was like my first or second week, and it was hot. It was like 32, and I had we went out for lunch, and I had Church's Chicken, which is like a fast food joint or whatever. Had like a chicken sandwich and a honey butter biscuit. Don't get mad at that. Anyway,
You should not be eating that.
and I go out there and I'm going around, I'm hitting the doors, and I start chatting with like this dude, this son of someone. He's like older. He was like 28, but he wasn't the homeowner. And anyway, it just got jammed up. But I was chatting with him and I was really broing it down. And I was like kind of squirming because my stomach, like I was like, my guts were just turning. And I was like, oh, I need to blow up really bad right now. And I'm on the doors, but I got dropped off, right? Because that's what we do. Like I didn't have my car there. I got dropped off in my neighborhood, right? And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can make it. And I just got dropped off like 20 minutes ago, so I couldn't ask him to come pick me up. And I was like, you know what? Like I was broken down with this guy on the door. No one else was home. He was asking me about my work literally. And I was like, you know what? This is fine. I was like, hey man, do you mind if I just use your bathroom really quick? So I went inside and had to like go to the bathroom, but he was on his way out. So I didn't want to be like taking up his time. So I like went down, sat on the toilet, blew up and then like got up and left because I wanted to make it seem quick, like I wasn't taking shit in his house. You know what I mean? And then I was like, yeah, thanks, dude. I felt better for like 5 minutes. And then it was hitting me again. That sun was beating down on me and I had all that stuff in my stomach. I was getting the bubble gut. It was like, if you know what that is, it's like when the sun's like on your stomach and just like starts like bubbling you and you're like, oh, and then I had to go again really bad. And I was like, like what's happening to me? I have to go to the bathroom again. And I felt terrible out there. And then I was like scoping out the houses and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? I was like, this is an emergency situation. My stomach hasn't felt like this in years. I'm like, do I need to like go behind like an alleyway and like shit on the side of the like in an alleyway? Do I need to do that and then wipe my ass with leaves? Like I was panicking and I saw a for sale sign on someone's lawn. So I ran to their door and I was like, I knocked on it. I was like bending over. I was like holding it in. I was like, hi, how's it going, ma'am? She's like, good. I'm like, sorry, I was here to sell you something, but honestly, I really just need to use your bathroom. Is it okay if I come in? Super unprofessional. It was early for me. That was not allowed. I shouldn't have done it, but it was an emergency situation. Both of them. They were emergencies. She goes, oh, honey, of course. Come on. And she was so nice. I was so grateful. I was like, for sale sign, because she was like leaving the house. So I don't know why that made sense to like choose that house, but I just went there and she's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then she's like, right there. And I went there and I was literally in her toilet for like 10 minutes. And I was like sweating. It was hot as shit outside. I was like on there. I was like, oh. And then I got up and I got out and I felt way better. And I went, oh, ma'am, thank you so much for letting me do that. She goes, oh, sweetie, of course. We've all been there. I know how it is. It's better to bear the shame than the pain. Am I right? And I went, you're damn right. You're damn right. And she went, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I ate a chicken sandwich, a spicy chicken sandwich for lunch from Church's Chicken. And she goes, oh no, honey, did you have the honey butter biscuit? Yes, I did. She's like, oh, honey, that's really not good. We've all been through that. And I went, oh, so I'm not alone. She's like, oh, I totally understand. I was like, oh, well,
that's too funny.
I won't be going back. I never went back. Never went back to Church's Chicken. Anyway, that was some crazy experience I had out there, like horrible emergency, but it was so bad. I couldn't believe I was literally taking shit in someone's house. That's how bad it was. I never did it again because it's super unprofessional and we're not supposed to do that at all. But it was literally like, I'm gonna shit in this bush or I'm going in the house. Like
or it's down your leg.
Well,
yeah,
well, I wouldn't have done that.
The only route.
No, it was bad. It was bad. Like
yeah,
that sun was boiling my stomach. There was a stew and it was cooking in there for sure.
I bet.
And it was bad. It was really bad. But anyway, that's a funny story I had out there. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Was this this month?
This month? No, it was my first week.
Your first week? Oh, yeah. Wow.
It was like my first or second week out there. Yeah, it was early, and I quickly learned they got mad at me, so I couldn't do that again. Which obviously wasn't planning on, but yeah. But there's some fun things you do out there, man. Like I don't know, just doing whatever. You saw my hoverboard. Did I say?
Is that the company's?
Yeah. So you get like a little hoverboard and you like go on the hoverboard and you just don't have to walk, except that it doesn't have handles. So you have like your iPad and you have like your map. So I'm like ripping around on that thing on the road and just look like an absolute boss. And everyone's like, what is that? What is that thing? I'm like, yeah, you want to try it? No, I feel like I'll break my arm. I'll be like, yeah, you probably.
That's
but
too funny.
it's pretty good. You'd probably want to walk, lose those calories.
Yeah,
hard.
bro. Oh, run the whole thing.
You could run, but then you'd just be sweaty.
Towel.
Wow, that's just a little.
This shows hard work.
Wow,
yeah,
it does show hard work. I don't think you'd be able to run, but you'd be running for like 7 hours.
Bro, I've been trying to convince you to run a marathon. Why? Why don't you?
I just don't care.
So good. You know, it's getting more and more popular, man.
I know. I probably will one day, like, but right now, like, I haven't had the time to train for a marathon.
You don't need to train.
That's true. I could probably
it's all mine, baby.
Just kidding.
It's all mine.
I wouldn't be able to just do it, man. I'd have to train for a marathon because I wouldn't. I know it's all mindset. You keep telling yourself that when you run your 160K.
Dude, I'm trying not to be as talkative about it. I'm trying not to be as kind of all talk about it. I will talk more once I've actually done it.
Yeah, because you were hyping the shit out of it.
100K, I hyped it up so much.
Yeah,
but I was literally like so close to not making it.
Doing
it. So that was just unbearable, man. The pain, and even the 160K, and that wasn't even a trail run, and I didn't prepare for it as well.
Yeah,
but it's like the thing about endurance.
Running, like you didn't prepare at all, like at all.
Every day I prepare, man.
Yeah,
that is my
like 5 or 10K, but like that's why
you follow my fitness account.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's why I like chirping you about it because I know it lights a little bit of a fire under your ass. So you're gonna put in the work to actually do it, so you can, prove me wrong.
It's gonna make it happen, man. One day I will run 1,000.
One day,
in one go. I think that's not even a world record. Like in one day, it's just impossible to do that. Like you'd have to have like some like maybe a couple centuries.
Yeah.
But I think 1,000 in a week I could do. It's already been done. But I think I could reach for that. I could do it.
Probably.
But it's not like world record. Like even marathon, the first time I did a marathon, it wasn't like it's already been done.
Yeah.
You know? But it's just the type of person you become in it. So try. But then so many people have the excuse of, people have already done it. But you haven't done it yourself.
Exactly.
You gotta put it out there and prove yourself. Mm-hmm. Continuously trying to prove.
You know what, dude? I have something that'll test you.
What?
I have something that'll test you mentally.
What?
Harder than you've ever been tested before. Play Elden Ring.
Tyler One said that I was watching his YouTube video a couple weeks back, that if he got like 20,000, 30,000 subs, that he'd play Elden Ring all in one go. Like he said that it would take around like 33 hours, like 2 days.
Have you seen? Do you know who Kai Cenat is? Like the streamer?
No.
What?
No.
You don't know Kai Cenat?
Maybe I would recognize his face, but I only really watch. I only watch Tyler One, and I don't even watch streams.
Neither do I. But like, you don't see him on social media or anything. This guy.
No.
What?
No.
Are you serious?
Dude, there's many influencers these days, man.
He's not a gamer, and he like did Elden Ring. Like he streamed until he beat Elden Ring, and it took him I'm pretty sure it took him like over 100 hours to beat it.
He just didn't sleep?
No, like he'd sleep on stream. You know what I mean? Like he'd do like a marathon. And dude, I kid you not, that game will break you. Because that game is so difficult. I mean, if you like run it like
pretty strict. You take your time.
No, but like you could take your time, but like if you wanted to try and actually beat that game, it would be so tough and it would take you so long without using summons. Of course, you don't know what that means, but
you could Google a lot of the tricks.
Oh yeah, there's ways to make the game easier for sure, but like it doesn't matter. Like it makes it easier, but it's still so hard. It's probably my favorite game of all time too.
I've never really vibed with RPGs.
I know, me neither. Like the only game I've ever really played, right? I play League of Legends. Like I've dabbled in other stuff, but this game has took over, and it's probably my favorite game. I've beaten it like 4 times now. Got the DLC.
When did you start playing Elden Ring?
I don't know. Year ago.
Wow, and you've beat it 4 times.
Yeah, I beat it. I just played it again. I just beat it and play it again, and then I get my friends on it, and they play it, and then I watch them play it and them beat it and help them out, and then I'll do it on their account too. You know what I mean? It's it's a crazy game. It feels like like Elon Musk said, it feels like an alien made the game. It's such a weird, like everything is so weird, but it's so difficult, and it's
Elon
so
also
challenging.
said that we're like 99.999% chance that we're in a simulation.
Who said that?
Elon.
Yeah.
He's convinced we're in a simulation.
Of course. You are.
Speaking of Elon.
No, but like that game, I don't even know if you've seen anything about it, but it is insane. Not only is it beautiful, but it is such a good game. It just tests you mentally, like, you know, you got to go and you got to fight a boss, and he's super hard, and you have to memorize all his attack patterns and all his moves and when he's doing them. And if you mess up once, you're dead. And it's just like, it's just so frustrating, but it's also so rewarding. Like it's so rewarding. It's similar to literally everything we've been talking about. It's just rejection. You're
trying to sell me Elden Ring right now. This guy just never stops selling. Just never.
That's true. But dude, you see, like everything we've been talking about is rejection. And then when you finally beat that boss, you get this feeling of fulfillment. It's like a different feeling. You're like,
video games are different though.
Oh.
Video games are like destructive. I think, sure, I don't regret the times where you and I had phenomenal times, just magnificent memories.
If you're soft, just say that. if you aren't good enough, just say
he knows
that.
how to get to me. He knows how to get to me. But no, there's no way I'm dabbling in Elden Ring.
Dude, why not?
I know I'd get addicted, bro. You know me in video games.
Know, that's kind of the point.
Video games to me are like crack, man.
I'll give you $100 to play Elden Ring and beat it. If you beat Elden Ring, I'll give you $500.
That's like, if I beat Elden Ring,
I'll give you $500.
Well, if the math's done correctly, that's like minimum wage.
Yeah, well, at least you're working, and it's sort of something you can enjoy.
If I beat Elden Ring, you'll give me $500.
Sure. I don't think you'll do it.
But is there like a timeline, a time frame? 1 year.
Hell no. You beat Elden Ring and wow.
I'm busy, man. I'm a busy man.
I know you're a busy man. If you know what? Honestly, dude, I kid you not, just because I know it's impossible. If you can beat Elden Ring in 24 hours, I'd give you like $1,000.
Yeah, I know that's impossible because I've heard streamers talk about how difficult it is.
It's easy money.
Elden Ring, hey.
Well, dude, crazy. it's fun. You should just dabble. You should just dabble in it. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Find an hour.
I need to meditate more, man. I need to read more. There's a lot of things. I need to hit the sauna more. Oh, I've been dabbling in sauna.
Remember when I asked you if you did something fun?
Dude, this is fun. I've been listening to podcasts. A lot of podcasts. You can listen to
podcasts all the time.
4 or 5 hours every day.
Like spend like an hour. Dude, in every like 2 days to do something that you don't do. If that's like watching a show, a movie, playing Elden Ring, just an hour. Just so you can kind of, it's not like it's taking anything away from what you do. Because you always
have. An hour is a lot, bro.
I know, but you always have spare time, right? It's just that spare time is added up through other points in your day. You know what I mean? Think about it when you're like, I don't know, sitting at the table eating your breakfast and no one's around. And you just sit there on your phone. That's like 20 minutes right there. You know what I mean?
I watch, first of all, I don't eat breakfast. I do intermittent fasting.
You do intermittent fasting.
But when I do eat, I watch a lot of Mark Manson. You know who that is?
No.
He's big in the self-improvement industry,
Okay, yes.
and he wrote the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and he's got phenomenal quotes, and he's all about different philosophies and different psychologies of just society and humanity and how to improve one's life. I feel when I'm watching Tyler One's probably the worst kind of my guilty pleasure, let's say.
Yeah, exactly. How take that time and flip it.
Yeah.
Put it in. Don't add Elden Ring on to Tyler One. Just substitute it, because there's always something for you that you should do for yourself to just chill.
That's fair.
Because you'll burn out.
Oh, I have burnt out.
I know.
I have.
So you have part of keeping it long term is not burning out.
Yeah, but
right.
I know that's there's beauty in the struggle, man. We have to to make it. We have to keep it long term.
I know.
That's just. I don't know. I feel guilty if I indulge in things that I don't feel it's building me.
That's fair. Well, that makes sense. Watching Tyler One as a guilty pleasure probably isn't building you, but
I think his
setting a goal to something would.
I really appreciate his virtues, though. I can tell Tyler One's a good person.
Yeah,
I really resonate with his character. He's got a kid now.
Yeah, no,
he's a family man. When his videos, his streams, he talks about his kid.
Yeah,
he talks about Sailor. that's
the name, Sailor.
Yeah, it's Sailor.
Well,
yeah,
you could think about it like a mental challenge, because a lot of what you do is physical, and obviously with physical comes mental. Right?
I mean, this conversation, bro, talking to someone for an hour that you've talked to twice and really study the topics that they present you, it's a big mental challenge.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm obviously I'm going back to a video game, but putting your mind to something like, can I beat this? This is a mental challenge, because it's so full of rejection. It's something stupid like that, but at least you can kind of enjoy yourself.
All throughout my life, I started off with, I grew up with video games. I just I really like just working at something and then failing, then failing and failing, and then succeeding in the end. I never wanted to get into a video game and just was mediocre at it. I had to be the absolute best. And once I reached kind of the epitome of my potential, then I go, okay, I'm not challenger, so I'm going to call it quits. Sure, there is the fun aspect, but I'm going to want to be the very best. And that's kind of the thing with video games for me, is when I do indulge in it, I want to go at it as best as I can. And that's going to take a lot of sacrifices. And I think with anything that I do, I want to do it forever. Right? You see that with running, with working out, being my friends. When I do adopt people, when I put them in the long-term section of my life of friendship, then I continuously think about them, and I always want them to do well. And I think that's kind of the pitfall with video games for me. But one of these days, I'll definitely give Elden Ring a try, but I think I'll get hooked. Trust me, man. I know how my brain operates.
I'm suggesting it.
I know how my brain operates. That's why I know myself the best. So yeah, I'm gonna play with my strong suits, and I'm gonna be real with you.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
it's just a thought, because it is mentally a challenge.
I think you should meditate, though. I know I've been kind of talking about it a lot, because you're everywhere, man. I think you absorb. You're probably the with playing a league, you played so many different champions, different characters for the people listening, and you were pretty good at them. You landed the skill shots, and you had good hand-eye coordination, and maybe you got a little bit mad at the teammates, and I think that's you were toxic a little bit in the game.
I was a very toxic.
Yeah,
player.
I don't know if
Yes.
that was just for fun or you were actually serious. I'm pretty sure you were serious.
There's a little bit of
This
both.
guy would trash talk a lot of our teammates, but kind of that aside, you were actually pretty good at the game, and I think you would have, if you stayed in one, if you kept at it, I think your competency rank would have been diamond. Like I think,
yeah, maybe.
but I think okay with being on kind of in BC with you too. I think you were always very kind of got a glimpse of kind of how Bryce Boan works. You're always
it was hard as shit out in BC.
You're continuously wanting info. You ever take time to just sit down and reflect? Because I feel like you're long term. You do think of the kind of the grand scale. But do you, as your, like, when do you have time for that to actually absorb and process what you went through in the week?
Well, I try and do that after every day.
Like at the end of the day?
Yeah. Like through prayer.
Through prayer.
Yeah. So like I always reflect. I always kind of go through my day and say what I'm thankful for. And I try and be thankful for everything, regardless of what it was. Right. I'm thankful for getting up and hitting the gym today. It was good to get an active morning going. I'm thankful that I got to come home, chill with my roommate, and watch a movie with him before work. It was nice to chillax, kind of bond and settle that way. You know what I mean? Like just like simple things like that. I'm glad that, or I'm thankful that, I went out and had a healthy lunch today. Simple like that. Today wasn't great on the doors, but I'm grateful that I still got a few, you know what I mean? Or I'm grateful that I still had this positive interaction, or I'm grateful that the company, like the other guys did well, or something like that. I come home and be like, I'm grateful that, and then I like kind of, you know what I mean? Like just small things like that. I try and do, which helps. So
that's good. Happy to hear that, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's so important to live a life of contentment. And there's one of my favorite psychologists, his name's Paul Conti, and he talks about the happiest individuals possess two things: agency and gratitude. And that's certainly something that you've cultivated. Like agency as in you take charge and you take control of how you go about the day. Life. And then gratitude. Yeah. That's certainly that's imperative, man, to be able to go about life and be grounded. So I feel like I've listened to so many high performers, and I've had this obsession of learning from people like David Goggins, Alex Hormozy, just the Chris Williamson, kind of the top podcasters, and Andrew Huberman. And they're not, like, a lot of them aren't necessarily happier than us. You know what I mean? Even though despite having all this accolades of fame, success,
mm-hmm.
And then you even see that in actors. Like you see like the most famous people. Like you get Brad Pitt, like he went through a divorce, and Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock. But that's what I'm always trying to find. I'm always trying to find, okay, how can I get peace? How can I be more fulfilled? How can I be in service to others and add more meaning and purpose? Because I think purpose has no limit. I think it builds up. Meanwhile, everything degrades. Like, I know I've said this to you a lot. Therefore, we shall not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, yet our inner self is being renewed day by day. We degrade over time, but the inner soul doesn't. So that's what I'm always trying to think of. Right? Whether it be, like, if I'm going to play a video game, like, I need to make this meaningful. Like, if I'm going to ever play Elden Ring, I'm going to make it so that I actually learn something from it, so I can take it from that video game and put it to my life. How can I extend this to others?
I agree. I do agree, but like, let me just play like devil's advocate. Does that not like add too much pressure or stress?
it's liberating.
Is
I
it?
think if I don't have that,
How do you enjoy anything just in the moment for just enjoying it rather than for making?
I meditate, and I feel the sensory experiences. I focus on the vision, the smell, kind of and I think that.
But how do you enjoy it? You know what I mean? Like, think about it. You're saying you always have to take something away. You always have to, if I'm doing this, it's for this. Why don't you just do it just to do it? You know what I mean?
Well, there's that. You have to enjoy the progress, because a lot of people just focus too much on the result.
Yeah,
I like the progress.
But just to do it, not to get anything from it.
Yeah, no, that's where people struggle. That's where I struggle sometimes, right? Where if I am working out, or if I'm working, if I'm trying to improve on something, it's like staying present and staying kind of fulfilled to the progress. And that's certainly it takes a lot of work to be able to do that. But there are times, or many times actually, I have to really engage my mind to the process, and that takes a lot of work. But yeah, I enjoy doing it to a higher purpose. I mean,
because I used to do, because like I remember I told you this stuff about me, and when I was kind of going through some of the toughest years of my life, like in university with volleyball and whatnot, because I took it like so seriously, and I took it. I need to do this. I need to be this good. I need to do this to get this. I need to do this to get this, to get that, to be this good, so people know this. You know, like things like that. Like I was trying to do it for something, do it to get something, rather than just doing it to do it. You know, rather than just doing it for fun, rather than just doing it for me because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? And that really flipped it for me. Like I told you. Like I stopped, that's not that I stopped caring, but I stopped putting that pressure on, I need to receive this out of this, or what I'm doing isn't worth it. Because that put me down a really dark like rabbit hole, and it was a really scary thing. Because I felt like everything was falling apart. But as soon as I'm like, I'm just gonna do this because I want to do this, because it's something I enjoy, right? I'm gonna do it just to do it. And then that totally flipped everything. I started playing better.
I want to press on you more.
So if you ever just want to throw us on in the back.
No, it's actually like a lot of deep stuff and like funny comedic stuff. I think a lot of people would derive great value from it.
Oh, I hope so.
As you were saying, man, can you go deeper on what you just explained?
Yeah. As I was saying, you know, I flipped the mindset. You know, I throughout my whole career of university volleyball, I was like, I need to be good. I need to be good so people recognize me and that my life has value. I need to be good at what I do to have value. I need to be, you know, I need to be a starter. That proves that I'm good. No, okay, I got that. No. I need to, you know, pass this well or dig this many balls, so that proves I'm good. No, that's not enough. I need to do that every single time I step on the court. No, that's not good anymore. I need to be the best in the league. You know what I mean? It would just never end. It was just never, I needed to gain something to get something. I needed to do something to try and get that. Whenever I got that, I needed something more, because it was never, you know, I was trying to take away stuff like you were saying. I was trying to do something for other people. Like I wanted to be viewed good by other people. I wanted to prove to myself that I was I was something, you know what I mean? And then when I flipped it, I'm like, why am I doing it for that? Like, I just like doing it. It's just something I enjoy doing. Like, so as soon as I flipped the script and changed it to, I'm going to do this just to do it because I like it. I'm going to do this because it's fun. I find it fun. You know, life's bigger than just volleyball. You know, life's bigger than just staying hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's things that you just got to do just to have fun. And when I flipped the script on that, in my last year, I started to figure it out. This is the best I've ever played, like by a landslide.
I get what you just put down, picking it up. And it's just this constant struggle though, because you had mentioned that, you want to be viewed at a certain way. And I want to be this person that is charismatic, that is a good listener, that makes other people feel good, that is honorable and respectful and shows compassion and love. But at the same time, I also want to have fun and I want to do things for myself, and I don't want to focus on other people, and I don't care what they think, but then I do, but then I don't. But it's just like it's that constant like trying to tune it up and tune it down, and I feel like I don't really know myself. You know what I mean? Like I feel like every day I'm trying to be someone, and I still don't know where I'm headed. Like I don't know, is running my thing? Like is psychology my thing? Am I a podcaster? Like then I pray and I kind of get good sleep, then I don't get good sleep, and there's all these things that come out me, but then there's like that doubt. That doubt's the biggest thing. Where it's like, oh, am I even credible? Like, should I be talking to someone? Like, do I deserve friends? And there's all these thoughts, but like it's that constant kind of push pull of, am I doing this for myself, and am I doing this for other people? And then
to gain something.
Yeah. But then you had mentioned that you're just doing it for fun. And then I think when I do engage in that type of mindset, that's when I'm at my happiest. When I just do it, like right now, I'm pretty happy. Like I don't, like when I'm podcasting, when I'm just talking to people, like I forget about all that stuff and I just engage in the conversation. But as soon as I think deeper, like whether it be school, whether it be working, finance, and where I am in the world, like I starts to really burden me. And like I go, oh, I'm so much more capable. Like I want to help the world. I want to help myself so I can help my family, and I want to help my friends. I want to make my friends, be more grounded. And I feel like I've got the answers, but then I don't have the answers. You know what I mean? I guess it's a lot, but
that adds stress and pressure, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And by the way, when I say do things just to have fun, like that doesn't mean
hedonism.
Like that doesn't mean go out and get absolutely fucking hammered, drugs, go to the bar. You know what I mean? Like that's not what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean.
I'm talking about it's something that I personally get like enjoyment and fulfillment from, and it's something I love. Like something I love. Like I love volleyball. I love playing volleyball, and I lost sight of that because I wanted to gain. I wanted to do this. I wanted this so this would happen. I wanted this so I could prove to myself to this and blah, blah, blah. And then that added so much anxiety and pressure to my life that I like lost sight of where I was. I couldn't enjoy what was in front of me. I was so locked up. I was so like in that grind set, hard ass mode where I'd put anything and everything to just be better. And like, that was hard as shit, but like, I wasn't in love with what I used to be in love with. It was harder than I wanted it to be. And then I stopped and I just like took a step back. And then I mentioned this in the other podcast a little bit too, but I reset and I changed the perspective. I'm like, you know what? It's my last year. The last thing I want is to leave my last year with regrets. I'm going to go out there. Whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to enjoy everything, no matter what. Playing good, playing bad. I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm just going to block it out. And that's way easier said than done, right? It took a little bit to like figure that out. But once I figured that out, like, sometimes the worst thing imaginable was, me sitting a game or getting benched.
But don't you like flip flop though? You can't just maintain that mindset.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you like sneak back into the other one and you reset. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, so for example, like the thing I wanted the least was to be sidelined. I haven't been sidelined in years. And then of course, start of the season, like preseason even, I'm getting like low key sidelined. And I was like, shit, this feels terrible. This is the thing that I wanted, that I didn't want to happen. And I was worried about happening for years. And it happened. I was like, yeah, this kind of sucks, but it's not really as bad as I thought it would feel. And then I was like, well, now I have nothing to lose.
Acceptance.
Like, yeah, I was like, no, well, now nothing even matters. Like I said to myself, I'm just going to enjoy it. So I went out and I started practicing like not without a care, like not that I didn't care, but I stopped practicing with that fucking 1,000-pound brick on my back, right? I just started practicing free. Like I was having fun. Like I was enjoying the sport again, right? Going back to why I liked it, staying positive, not taking every single negative thing and then getting down about it. And that really helped me. And I started playing better. And then instantly I was put back on the run up, right? And I was put back out there and I carried on with it the whole year.
That's awesome,
and
man.
I just played great. And I felt so much more, I felt more fulfilled than when I was grinding my ass off working for specific reasons rather than just doing it just to do it. You know what I mean?
Seneca has this saying of we suffer more in imagination than in reality.
Yeah.
Like we get so perplexed and we put so much emphasis on, oh, I need to be this, I need to be that. But I get what you're saying of, okay, I'm just going to show up. I'm going to give it my best. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And worst case scenario, if it does happen and it did happen, how am I going to feel? Oh, it happened. I live. Like I'm fine. I'm still me. And I can still try again the next day.
Yeah. And people get confused. They think it's the end of the world. Like I thought it would be over. If I got sidelined, I'd never get back out there. It was like less than a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it really wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah. It was like it was just something that meant nothing. And I wanted to take it in the worst way possible. And I didn't. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. It was like 2 days. And I was like back out there and I was like, oh yeah, and I feel way better. And just started rolling away with it, you know? But
so man, well,
that's something to keep in mind. Like do it because you like doing it. Do it just to do it. Don't do it because you need to get this and this out of it. Obviously you need that. Like my job, I'm doing it because I need to get this out of it. And that's great. But if you go in with that mindset 100% all the time, you know what I mean? Like I said, you do flip flop, you do kind of creep into the other, and that's okay. Cause that's healthy. It's healthy that you're like, I'm doing this because I actually do want that, but you can't focus on that because you forget what's right here. Mm-hmm. You can't focus on what I want to get because I forget what I'm doing to get it.
Yeah.
You know, so I get in my head with sales. I'd have a rough week. I'd be pissed. I'm below my average. This isn't working. I'm trying to get that. Mm-hmm. Like, no, just day by day. You know?
Yeah. Dr. Robert Sapolsky has a saying of dopamine is not the pursuit of happiness. Dopamine is the happiness of pursuit. When like you can think of that result and you go, oh, I'm going to reach for it and it's going to be so good once I get it, but then you don't get it and you're just at the end of the world. Or you could try. And actually it's within that trying, that's where you get your peace. That's where you get your contentment. And even if you don't get the reward, it's still like success because you gave it your all. Yeah, dude. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the long-term podcast, bro. It's I'm really thankful to have you as a friend, man. And I know I say this a lot, but yeah, you have influenced my life in a very positive way. I don't think I'd be the same caring, kind of disciplined human being if I hadn't met you. Maybe I'd be doing crack right now.
Well, you were doing crack before I picked you up.
Addy.
Yeah, the same goes for you, man. Always. Yeah. It was good to chat. I mean, this was like not your normal podcast. You had no notes or anything. I just kind of came over and started chatting. So that's kind of how it went. But yeah,
dude. It ended up being the longest episode, 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Shit, sometimes you just got to chat. You got to catch up, you know?
Yeah. Do you have any last words to the listeners, viewers?
Well, next time you'll see me, I'll be over in that chair. Because I own this.
No, actually, I want to, before you leave, we should do one more.
Like one for the future?
Yeah. Or no, before you leave, I could just upload it in the future, like 2 months in.
Like before I leave.
And then once like you arrive in Europe, maybe we do a Zoom one.
A Zoom one? Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, no.
It'd be the time difference would be nuts though.
No, it'd be, I did an Australian guy. I met him. His name's Harry. And yeah, I met him through the gym. He's a trainer. It's like 23. He's jacked, bro. Yeah. But yeah, at the time, kind of we had to adjust and plan out a time for when would be the best. Made it work. And I plan to do kind of Zoom calls with, maybe Joe Rogan will come on. We'll see. We'll see if he's good enough.
Let's see if he's working. All right, man.
But
yeah.
As always, to everyone listening and watching, there is a place for you in this chaotic world. Never lose hope, strengthen your faith, and keep it long term. Peace. God bless.
Yes, sir.